Well, I've been wanting to take up a difficult subject, which is the nature of God. On the nature of the absolute, one can only say inconceivable. And that's kind of a disappointment to the earnest seekers to be told that you can't know the nature of God. But luckily for us, there is a divine being which descended down from the absolute and created the universes and is the source of all souls. And the divine being is conceivable. It's a being. Now, as far as the absolute goes, some say the nature of the absolute is pure space, emptiness, nothingness, nothing. I took my mother to a lecture at my Unity Church, and we had a very liberal pastor at the time who liked to lecture on Eastern religion. And when he presented the idea of God as nothing, I heard my mother gasp audibly, and later on she explained to me that that was a terrible thing to say, very offensive. Well, that idea may not agree with the Western mind very much, but Eastern religion is gaining momentum, but I still say that the absolute is inconceivable, period. You can't describe the absolute. To say that God is pure space, emptiness, nothing, that's a description. That's a description. It's a very specific description of that which is indescribable and inconceivable. So I, with my mother, do object. But it tends to be an Eastern sort of subject. The Western religions generally describe the divine being as a divine person, as Christ or the Father in his throne in heaven. Those are descriptions of the divine being. So from the East we have descriptions of the absolute as pure space, and to the West we have descriptions of the divine being, which I count as all three. Father, Son, and Holy Ghost are all parts of the divine being. And the absolute is not a being. So East to West, added together, they add knowledge to the world. Despite the Eastern tendency to describe the absolute, at least they handle the question of the absolute and come up with something to think about. Whether we agree with it or not, at least it's a striding and a strive towards understanding the absolute. In the West, in order to understand the divine being, we have to move away from the old church, which describes God the Father sitting in a throne on a cloud, or even the divine being appearing on earth as Jesus, although that is also an image to consider, a contribution of the West. I think the main contribution of the West is the understanding of the divine being as the celestial Christ, the Logos, the Word, the divine being. I actually prefer the term celestial Christ, because that is the shining light which is beyond all universes. It's above and beyond all universes, and all souls have descended from it. We are all souls of the celestial Christ. And that's the true meaning of Christianity. Turning one's face towards the light. Then you're saved. You're gonna go to heaven. You have accomplished the ends of Christianity once you learn to understand this divine being, this celestial Christ, in more modern terms.